the most reliable pickup trucks that have stood the test of time. These workhorses are not just tough, they're legends on wheels. From unstoppable durability to jaw-dropping performance, these trucks have stories that will blow your mind. The Volkswagen Rabbit Pickup, also known as the VW Caddy in some places, is a one-of-a-kind vehicle with a fascinating origin story. It was created during a time of fuel shortages and economic upheaval in the 1970s, when Volkswagen needed a practical, affordable, and fuel-efficient vehicle to boost its popularity, as the Volkswagen Beetle's fame was fading. Volkswagen set up a factory in the US to compete with Japanese automakers like Toyota, Nissan, and Honda. They took over an unfinished Chrysler plant in Pennsylvania and started making the Rabbit Pickup there. It was introduced as a no-nonsense solution to the gas crisis, offering the utility of a pickup truck without the hefty fuel bills. Now, the Rabbit Pickup was based on the VW Rabbit, which was the American version of the Golf Mark I. But unlike most trucks at the time that had a separate body and frame, the Rabbit Pickup had a unibody design. This unique construction gave it better traction when carrying heavy loads and more stable handling in bad weather. Despite its compact size, the Rabbit Pickup had a decent cargo bed that was about 5 feet wide and could carry up to 1,100 pounds. It was basically a Mark I Golf with a small truck bed instead of rear doors. You could get it with either a 1.6-liter diesel engine that made 52 horsepower or a 1.7-liter gas engine with 78 horsepower. The diesel came with a 5-speed manual, while the gas engine only had a 4-speed. The Rabbit Pickup's simple and sturdy design made it pretty reliable. The engines were known for being tough and efficient. Its handy size and surprising amount of cargo room made it great for everyday tasks. Even though it had a lot going for it, the Rabbit Pickup didn't sell very well and was discontinued not long after it launched. Over time, it's gained a loyal following among classic car fans who appreciate its one-of-a-kind style and practicality. The VW Rabbit Pickup shows how the company could adapt and innovate when faced with changing market conditions. It combined the usefulness of a pickup with the efficiency and maneuverability of a small car, making it truly ahead of its time. Today, it's a cool reminder of a past era that continues to be loved by enthusiasts all over the world. The Nissan Hardbody, also known as the Nissan D21, was built from 1986 to 1997 and is still loved by many for being tough, dependable, and built to last. The story behind this truck starts with Nissan's plan to make a bigger splash in the American market by building trucks right here in the USA. They opened up the Smyrna Vehicle Assembly Plant in Tennessee back in 1983, and the Hardbody was the truck they came out with next, replacing the old Nissan 720. It got its name from its double-walled bed and just being really solidly built overall. When they designed the Hardbody, Nissan wanted it to look more modern and cool compared to the truck it replaced. They gave it things like bulging fenders and smooth bumpers to make it stand out. You could get it with either a regular cab or an extended cab, and you had choices for a long or short bed too. Under the hood, the Hardbody came with two main engine options in the US, a 2.4-liter four-cylinder or a 3.0-liter V6. Over time, these engines went from using a throttle body fuel injection system to a multi-point fuel injection setup. These engines were liked because they had a good balance of power and fuel efficiency, which helped make the truck known for being really reliable. Nissan put the Hardbody out there as a truck that was affordable and dependable, a different option compared to the bigger, gas-guzzling American trucks at the time. The price was pretty competitive. In 1997, you could get a regular cab Hardbody starting at just $10,999, which was less than what you'd pay for a similarly equipped American truck. This lower price, along with better gas mileage and being easier to work on, made the Hardbody a really appealing choice for a lot of people. Plus, it came in different trim levels like the base, XE, and SE, with the SE giving you nice extras like power windows, power door locks, and even a sunroof. One of the things the Hardbody is most known for is just how reliable it is. This truck was built to go the distance, and you can still find a lot of them out there running strong with over 100,000 miles on the clock. Because the design was so straightforward, It was easy for owners to do maintenance and fix things themselves. This simple but solid setup meant the hardbody broke down less often and could keep going longer than some of the trucks it was competing with. The hardbody wasn't only just good for daily driving, it could hold its own off-road too. It even raced in tough off-road events like the Baja 500 and Mint 400, showing off how tough and capable it was in rough conditions. Nissan even made a special off-road version called the Desert Runner that came ready to tackle the trails right from the factory. The hardbody also did well in SCCA road racing and even raced on the Bonneville Salt Flats, proving it was a truck that could do a little bit of everything. In the US, Nissan stopped building the hardbody in 1997 when they brought out the Nissan Frontier to replace it. The Frontier had some growing pains early on, but the hardbody kept being built in other parts of the world all the way up until 2014 in some places. Even though it's not made anymore, the hardbody is still a favorite among truck fans and gets a lot of respect for being reliable, tough, and having a no-nonsense design. When you break it all down, the Nissan hardbody is loved because it's dependable, affordable, and built like a tank. It was part of Nissan's big push to take on the American truck market, and it offered an amazing mix of being practical and getting the job done. The Ford F-150 is a legendary pickup truck that's been around for a long time. It's part of the F-Series, which started way back in 1948 with the Ford bonus-built trucks. These were built to replace the older car-based pickups and were made to be tougher and more useful for all the things people needed trucks for after World War II. Ford wanted to make a truck that could handle work and play, so they offered a bunch of different models and setups. The F-150 name first showed up in 1975, during the 6th generation of the F-Series. It was made to meet new emissions and fuel economy rules without making buyers who needed a strong half-ton pickup unhappy. People really liked it because it could do a lot, was comfortable, and didn't use too much gas. This helped make the F-150 a big deal in the truck world. Over the years, the F-Series and F-150 have gone through a lot of changes and improvements. In the early days, they came in different weights and styles, like pickups, panel trucks, and cab-over engines. As time went on, they got bigger, more powerful, and better looking. They also got things like wraparound windshields, power steering, and seat belts. In the 1960s, Ford tried out a new unibody design, but people didn't really like it, so they went back to the old way. They also came up with the twin I-beam front suspension, which made the ride smoother and easier to handle. In the 1970s, the F-150 finally arrived, and it had front disc brakes and special steel to prevent rust. The 1980s and 1990s saw some major changes for the F-150. It got a new look that was more aerodynamic and had updated engines, including ones with fuel injection. The insides were completely redone, and they started offering fancy versions like the Eddie Bauer edition and speedy ones like the SVT Lightning. So, why is the F-150 known for being so dependable? Well, there are a few big reasons. First, Ford has always used high-quality materials and tough construction techniques. They've used things like galvanized steel to help keep the truck from rusting. Second, the F-150 has had a lot of engine options over the years that are known for being strong and lasting a long time, like the unkillable 4.9-liter inline-six and the beefy V8. Third, the F-150 has gotten a lot of tech upgrades over time, like electronic fuel injection, which has made it more efficient and reliable. It's also easier to take care of because of these improvements. Fourth, there's a huge support network for the F-150 with lots of parts available and people who know a ton about fixing common problems. This has helped owners keep their trucks running well for longer. Finally, the F-150 has been around for so long that Ford has been able to get a lot of feedback from customers and make the truck better and better. They really care about what their customers think, and that's helped make the F-150 more reliable and popular year after year.